YouTube is full of videos teaching real estate agents why they need to create a YouTube channel for their business. And although they are right, only the top 1% actually gets leads from it. Since I started working with Realtors 6 months ago, I've analyzed hundreds of real estate YouTube channels, and I keep seeing the same mistakes. So today I will show you exactly how to overcome the number one reason 99% isn't getting any views, implement my 3-step success system to become the number one realtor in your market, and triple your YouTube leads in just 2 minutes. But first, why does everyone want you to create a YouTube channel? Well, that's quite obvious. In the 2000s, people would drive through their favorite neighborhoods to see what houses were for sale. Later, home buyers and sellers started using the internet and Google to research listings. Today, potential buyers want to visit homes without leaving their couch. And video is the easiest way to make that happen. That is why YouTube is full of house tours. But that's only a short-term plan, because once the real estate is sold, the video doesn't serve any purpose anymore. The real reason every realtor should be on YouTube is far more significant. It can make you successful for years to come without ever struggling to find new listings. Because YouTube builds your personal brand. Imagine your personal brand replace the endless cold outreach and networking. Instead, home sellers start coming to you after watching one of your videos. But such success requires different content, not just house tours. It requires creating videos that position you as the go-to expert for your city without ever showing a property. I've seen it work time and again for the top 1% who understand YouTube. But how do you become part of that top 1% without getting stuck in the YouTube death valley like 99% of realtors do? You already know I've reviewed hundreds of real estate YouTube channels in the last 6 months, and most of them are trapped in what I call the YouTube death valley. It's a terrible place to be because you're getting just enough traction to keep going, but not enough to actually make a living out of it. And eventually you run out of motivation and give up. That's when you officially became another victim of the YouTube death valley. If you don't want to have the same end, then stop creating the same videos as everyone else. The titles, thumbnails, and even the video structure all look exactly the same. Let me give you an example of the Dallas real estate market. This is the original first mover that has the biggest audience and is doing the best performing videos. Yet, if we look to this channel and we then just scroll a little bit further, we come across this channel, which looks like a copy, but that is actually stuck in the YouTube death valley. And she's not the only one. There is even somebody else moving to Dallas, which is a very bad copy, using the exact same graphic, but not getting anywhere. In fact, it doesn't even stop there. We have another channel that is called exactly the same, moving to Dallas, doing a little bit better. But the one that is really doing a good job in comparison to this last three is the Dallas relocation guide. But here again, you see that, for example, his latest video, 20 big things coming to Dallas, Texas in 2025, is performing really well for his YouTube channel. Yet we see somebody that is trying to make the exact same thing, posting a little bit later, but with nearly the results that anybody else is seeing. That is why it's so crucial to always be the first mover, and these are only the channels showing up on the first YouTube page if you're looking for it. Imagine how many more smaller YouTube channels there are doing the exact same thing, not even making it into the search results. And as long as you're serving a different market, there is nothing wrong with taking inspiration from successful realtors. But the market is saturated. Replicating others is no longer good enough. As a result, only the first movers are achieving great YouTube success. Everyone else is stuck in the YouTube death valley. It's time to stop replicating and become a first mover yourself. And that's actually less complicated than it sounds. The only thing you need to do is implement my 3-step success system. You will 10x your success rate instantly by using your existing knowledge of your local real estate market without wasting hours of your time. The first step is simple but crucial to make the next two successful. You need to get clear on the topics you want to talk about. Think about the things you've explained to clients 100 times, things you could talk about for hours without getting tired. These can be real estate market updates, local property rules, tips for first-time buyers, or stories from your real estate deals. Write everything down. This will be your content foundation. But this is where all your colleagues make their fatal mistake. They just copy what's working and is already out there. But here's the truth. Copying doesn't work. Not because it's bad content, but because you have no idea whether your audience is interested in it. That is where step 2 comes in. And this is the annoying and time-consuming part, but it's what separates 10 views from 10,000 views. You need to validate your video topics. It's time to get on YouTube and do the work. Start by researching other realtors on YouTube. Pick a few in your area and a few nationwide. What are their top performing videos? Do their topics overlap with yours? Then, look at general real estate videos, not just from realtors, but also include loan officers, finance influencers, and even local news clips. What's drawing their views? How can you do better? And finally, look for top performance, also called outliers. These are videos that outperform the average views on a channel. These outliers show you exactly what viewers are searching for. Make sure to write down all the videos and save the best examples. Now, these first two steps you have probably already been doing since you started, but this last step will make you a first mover instead of a bad copy. It's time to reiterate on the successful videos you found in step 2, add your personal knowledge from step 1 and make them unique. Change the title, tweak the thumbnail, rewrite the hook, give it your voice. Because if you keep making the same content as everyone else, you will always be one step behind. Instead, it's time you become the first mover. Yes, it requires more effort, but it will tenfold your results, and with every upload, your impact multiplies. Now, I have an extra pro tip you can implement in under 2 minutes and will pay off big. In fact, since I started using this with the realtors I work with, we have tripled our lead inflow. Now you sorted out which topics to cover, but in such a saturated market, how do you make sure your ideal clients actually find you? Sure, YouTube's algorithm will do its job eventually, but you don't want to wait months if there is a way to accelerate the process. Be aware that this strategy may lower your views at first, but the views you will get are high quality from a lead ready to convert. And here is what you need to do. Be hyper specific about who your content is for. Let's say you're a realtor in Chicago, then it doesn't make sense to make a generic video titled 5 things to fix before selling your house, because you will be competing with every real estate agent in the country, which makes it 100 times more difficult to rank your video. And even if you manage to rank, you will attract leads from San Diego to Boston. There is a quick fix for this. Be specific. Title your video 5 things to fix before selling your house in Chicago. Yes, you will attract fewer views initially, but every view you will get will be a potential client. And that's why you're on YouTube, right? Now that your ideal clients are watching, let's convert them. Let me show you the most effective strategy I use with all my real estate clients. It will maximize your lead inflow for years to come. Because there are 2 common mistakes I see realtors like you make on YouTube all the time, and both kill conversions. The first mistake is that you're too enthusiastic about your services and promote them in the first 30 seconds of the video. The second one, you start to promote your TikTok, Instagram, consultation link, free ebook, and ask people to subscribe, like, and comment. You know what happens when you do this? Nothing. Instead, do this. Focus on delivering pure value for the first half of your video without any call to action. Your viewer is only getting to know you. You need to build trust and show you know what you're talking about. Then, when the time is right, just give one clear call to action. Ideally, at the end of the video. That's where your most committed viewers are. They have watched your content, they trust you, and they're ready to take the next step. But make sure to customize optimize your call to action so the one in the video matches the link at the top of your description. And for the highest conversion rate, clean up your description by removing all of these generic links. Your call to action link should be the first thing viewers see. And if you get this right, you will get more business leads than you ever thought possible for years to come. But only if you don't skip any step in the process. In fact, I've seen too often that one aspect of the process is missing, resulting in an empty inbox. No leads, no growth, no return, no matter the countless hours you invested. It took me 5 years to build a system and scale 88 YouTube businesses successfully with it. If you're ready to do the same without wasting time or getting stuck in the YouTube Death Valley, let's talk. Click the link in the description to discover how we can work together. See you there.